Hello, wonderful people. It's me again. I've decided that I'm going to read chapters of my books into my Patreon account. So, for the first couple of them, I'm doing them on Facebook here and then sharing them over to Patreon. And then, probably from the future, I'm going to start sharing them straight into privately for patrons. So, if you'd like to sign up, you can go to patreon.com/Lara Green and sign up to be a patron for as little as like $1 a month, more if you'd like, because it's well worth it. To start, this past week I read a chapter from Becoming Superhumans that Centauri and I wrote in 2020 together. So this is my chapter on our new intelligence. So I'll just read the beginning part of it and then I'll read the chapter for you. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about how our intelligence is evolving at the end of reading the chapter. So here we go. Our new intelligence from Becoming Superhumans. Our new intelligence is a force for greatness that engages us with a grand finesse, offering new possibilities of wonder and genius to elevate us to a whole new level of creation and innovation on planet Earth. Oh yeah, ain't that the truth? So here we go, the chapter. Oh my gosh, I remember the days of operating only from the human mind. It was like living in a box with the same tune playing over and over in my mind. I think we all know what that's like, but not anymore. In the past 20 years, I have plugged myself into what I love to call infinite intelligence, which I now sometimes call quantum intelligence, by the way. Okay, the universe is a sentient, highly intelligent force, which in my books is already directing itself and us, if we're listening, forwards for the up-leveling of life. Let's call it the force, just for fun. You see, the universe, the force, is alive with genius ideas, new possibilities, quantum becomings, limitless energy, and mind-boggling creation. It's most likely where all the great ideas throughout time have come from. Think about it. You know, you're in the shower and in pops a brilliant idea, literally out of nowhere and not anything that's been done before. Where did this come from? Well, I say it's from the quantum field, the sentient universe, the infinite intelligence, the force that thrives in the air all around us if we only allow it to commune with us. So you plug yourself in, like taking an isolated standalone computer, your brain, and plugging it into the internet, the infinite intelligence that's all around us. Et voila, a whole new version of intelligence emerges in you and in us all. And then, if you're willing, you can surrender into becoming the whole of it, the vast, streaming, infinite internet of possibilities alive with discovery and pulsing with adventure. So how's this new version of intelligence different then from our logical brain-based version of intelligence? With our new intelligence, genius comes at your beck and call. We can absorb knowledge and understanding on any topic rather than spending years studying specific areas of expertise. We can ask questions and discover fascinating new higher level perspectives that bring a freedom of movement with them. 4. Thinking becomes a kind of streaming download that up-levels you as it enters your cells. In other words, it's not simply standalone information, but rather an exciting zip file of possibilities ripe for the plucking. Our new intelligence is a force for greatness that engages us with grand finesse, offering new possibilities of wonder and genius to elevate us to a whole new level of creation and innovation on planet Earth. So there you go. That's my chapter on new intelligence from our Centaurus and My Becoming Superhumans book. Now, let me talk about that for a little while. So I think I would see it kind of like this. When I was operating with just my human brain only, it was more like everything was processing here as a function of what I already knew or what I had learned, or, the experiences in life. And then what I did way back is I started to do what I plugged my brain into the infinite internet of intelligence, the universal intelligence, the force, the, whatever you want to call that, the quantum intelligence, the quantum field. There's so many different ways of talking about it, as well as energetic connections to it. But basically and simplistically, I just plugged myself like a standalone computer into the infinite field of intelligence that is all around us. Now, that would include the intelligence of nature, the intelligence of earth, the intelligence of the universe, et cetera, et cetera. Anything, really. And when your brain then becomes, you think from here, not from what you already know, but from what is there, waiting to be absorbed by you, to be called in by you, and then to use that understanding, that knowledge, that communing with different forms of intelligence and different fields of innovation and possibilities and genius and ideas, etc., to be able to bring what I call a state of superflow through, where you mostly just kind of amaze yourself all the time. Because it's not channeling per se, because channeling for me was more like I step out of the way and I let some other version of consciousness come through me. This is more like it's me as the infinite, as the universe, as the, force, whatever, and it having a dance of partnership to co-create from my own mastery, from my own genius, what wants to be given to the world now in terms of intelligence, possibilities, ideas, genius, innovation, etc. That which comes from the new infinite intelligence, quantum intelligence, whatever you want to talk about. So if you want to make that a little bit more practical, you can talk about plugging into the quantum field. The quantum field for me is where all the ideas and possibilities already exist. It's like a waiting room, a birthing pool of a place where everything is waiting for us. And when you plug yourself, your whole self, not just your brain, but your whole self, your whole being, into that kind of quantum field of intelligence, ideas, genius, and possibilities, then what happens is it starts to move through you in quite extraordinary ways. So there you go. That's my version of infinite intelligence. I hope you got loads from that. I hope you play with it and discover things for yourself about it. Thanks for watching. Lots of love. Bye.